Would I lie to you? Can he fix it? It's Neil Morrissey. Yes, she can. It's Leslie Ash. And their team captain, Lee Mack. And facing them tonight, Jungle Queen, Mylene Klass. Burger King, Jason Manford. And their team captain, David Mitchell. But first, arouse yourself into tumultuous hysteria for your host, Angus Deaton.
Good evening and welcome to Would I Lie to You? 30 minutes of exposing truth and peddling lies featuring some of the country's most available talent. Scientists have found that 41% of us lie in the course of an average day, and apparently 59% of us lie about whether or not we lie in the course of an average day, and that liars tend to speak in a dull, flat monotone, which means we can safely rule out anything Stephen Hawking ever says. We should never forget that in the Bible it says, "Thou shalt not lie." Then again, it also says a talking snake told a woman not to eat an apple, so perhaps we shouldn't pay too much attention to it. We start then tonight, not unreasonably, with round one, entitled Home Truths. Our panellists read out a statement about themselves, but have no idea until they turn the card over whether it's a startling truth or a complete lie that one of our researchers made up this afternoon to while away the tedium. Either way, they're stuck with it, and it's the opposing team's task to then determine whether or not they're being sold a proverbial pup. So it's TV's Neil Morrissey, who is first up with his home truth. Neil?
I recently had an extension built by a builder called Bob.
Well, it's amusing, but is it true?
Well, I mean, as these things go, it would be quite a small coincidence. Bob is quite a normal name, isn't it?
Yeah.
I find that just eminently plausible.
It was...
And in fact, probably a very short little chuckle you and he had about it on day one. So, do you know, actually,
Well,
I'm actually a builder called Bob. Right, OK, I do the voice of Bob the Builder.
Yeah, but when he...
Right, short laugh, let us never speak of this.
At any point did you say, "Can you fix it?" And he said, "Yes, I can." In about 6 months.
Well, he thought it'd be funny to turn up, you know, dressed as Bob, and his mates were guffawing a lot. And, of course, it was 7 a.m. when 4 hairy-arsed builders wandered in. One, dressed in a red and yellow check shirt in dungarees, with a yellow hat on, saying, "Hello, I'm Bob the Builder." How we laughed.
Yeah.
Do you think he does this all the time and it just happened to be Neil Morrissey's house this time?
He's probably one of those people who
At
went...
last! It worked! I told you, you pair of knobheads, this is funny!
So, what are you thinking? What's your verdict?
Well, I think Neil's doing quite well for himself, so it's quite plausible he has recently paid for an extension.
I also can believe that.
I've seen it.
It would be a small lie to come on and say, "I'm having some building work done." Never.
So is it all stacking up, or are you thinking it's not really very likely?
So I'm thinking it's
plausible,
possible. I'm thinking it's possible.
I think too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think we think it's true.
Yeah.
All right, that's almost unanimous. Right, Neil, reveal all, if you would.
It's a big fat lie!
It's a lie.
I wish it was true myself. I've only just read it.
Neil has not recently had an extension built by a builder called Bob. In fact, there are no builders called Bob in Britain, as it's not a Polish name. And so, to Jason, for your home truth.
OK. I have beaten Gary Barlow at Crazy Golf.
We were all hoping that would end with over the head.
Lee, what do you think?
When was this?
This was 12 years ago.
And how come you were both on a crazy golf course together?
I was up in Blackpool, and there was just a massive Crazy Golf just on the promenade, and I was having a game of golf, and he was there with his family.
So at the peak of his fame,
Yeah.
he was playing crazy golf with his family.
His family, yeah. Well, he's a family man,
And no one else had noticed him at this point.
It was. This is Blackpool. There's a lot of famous people. Yeah.
Who won?
Can't remember.
Oh.
That's a good bit of truth.
Did he not say he beat Gary Barlow? Because you said over the head.
My teammate here has made a very good point here.
What?
You did say I beat Gary Barlow, because I did that bad joke about beating him over the head.
You did.
And now...
You can't remember.
So basically what's happened is, Jason, 12 years after the event, you've remembered you beat him, and 2 minutes after you've said it, you've forgotten it. Isn't memory a funny thing, the way it works?
I think he's lying. Well, you're nicked!
So, Lee, I wonder which way you're going to jump on this one.
Hey, you've been ashed.
Well spotted.
I think we've got to say that's a lie, haven't we?
Yeah.
They're
I
saying
think we say that's
it's
a
a
lie.
lie, Jason.
It's actually a lie.
Yeah, it is complete rubbish. Jason has not beaten Gary Barlow at miniature golf. As it happens, Gary has a handicap. He's too fat and he can't dance. Take that. I've always been keen on miniature golf, or as Mark Owen calls it, golf. So Lee is next.
I was Red Rum's stable boy.
How old were you?
I was probably 16.
Did he ride him?
Pardon? Yes, I did actually ride him, yes, did ride him.
When did Red...
Not in the Grand National, obviously.
Right.
You rode Red Rum sort of just around the farm to give him a bit of exercise.
It's
in
not a
his go-to.
cow, it was a horse. Racehorses don't live on farms. They live in stables, horse racing yards. They're very professional outfits.
I'm afraid,
they don't go,
to me...
Grand National winner, but I haven't got time to clean him. Let's do chickens.
Look, horses are animals. They live in places with other animals in the country. To me, that's a farm. You want to call it a stable? I'm not interested. You're wasting your breath.
In a stable.
Oh, it was right in the middle of town, was it?
Well, as it happens,
Block
you-
of stables.
It's exactly where
What
we were.
floor did Red Rum live on?
Rum-
When you gave him a bit canter down the staircase.
See, you see, listen, smart ass, listen. What's in it? Listen. Red Rum famously actually was trained on the beach, and that's where he was trained.
So did you want to be a jockey then?
Yeah, a jockey. Eventually, I wanted to be a jockey, but I wanted to
Did you
start.
try?
Did I try?
Yeah.
What, are you the YTS careers officer? I did my best. I mean, I got up at 6 and shoveled shit. How hard do you want me to try? I'm sat on the horse risking my life, yeah. I want to make a jockey. Well, you just haven't tried.
You're quite tall for
Yeah,
a
that's what I was
jockey.
gonna say.
I am, yes, very
Potential
tall for a jockey, that's right. Now, you know the answer to the question, why didn't you become a jockey?
Are they really careful, though, about who they let on their absolute prize horses just in case they get the bad technique?
Well, as it happens, it's a good question, that, because you'd think they would be, wouldn't you? But my job was stable boy, and all the others went out and rode the horses, whereas I was left to muck out, hence the word stable boy. And I thought, I'll have a quick go on that. So I jumped on his back, rode the finish to the Grand National, did the commentary as the horse ate his hay, and the boss's son caught me as I was going, and it's hats off and a tremendous reception.
What happened when the boss's son caught you?
I was disciplined in a way that only a stable boy of 16 can be.
You don't think it's true?
I don't think it's true.
You don't think it's true either?
I just don't think it is.
We
They're
think it's a
saying
lie.
It's a lie. OK, let's see how correct you were.
It is, in fact, the truth.
God's honest truth. It's true, Lee was Red Rum's stable boy. Red Rum was put out to stud after his career ended. He sired several moderately successful horses and Amy Winehouse. So at the end of this first ordeal, it's David's team who are experiencing one or two teething problems, trailing as they are 3-1. The next round is called Ring of Truth, and it's an idea so simple that even the panellists virtually understand it. Our teams are given a solid gold celebrity fact and must basically decide whether it's bona fide or pure baloney. So true or otherwise, Gwyneth Paltrow said, "I would rather die than let my kid eat cuppa soup."
See, that is an amazingly weird thing to say, isn't it? Although not as weird, of course, as if there had been a big pause between the word eat and cup. That would have been even better, because then it would have been, I would rather die than let my kid eat cup of soup. That would be a really weird thing to say,
That would be
wouldn't it?
strange, wouldn't it? Fortunately, she didn't say
She
that.
didn't?
No.
How would cuppa soup find its way into the realms of Gwyneth Paltrow's life?
She was on a film set.
So she was obviously given it whilst filming on an English film.
She actually said, "Who eats this stuff?"
And what was the reply? That lots of the British public do. Yank.
Nobody eats it anyway, surely people drink it.
Yes, I was going to say, was she told that it's usually diluted in water? Otherwise, you would kind of go, this is surely... What is this, future food? I'll give it a go.